Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So what I've been doing today is I've been making a mix that I'm going to plant all my gourds in. What I've got in here is a load of chicken compost. I've added some manure in here. I've added some wood ash in here, and as well as wood ash I've got added some bone ash. So these are bones that were left on the barbecue, and we just burnt them down, and that's how you make bone meal. So there you go, lots of bone ash there as well. But what is really a surprise, a treat for today, is the reveal of my magic bucket. So this is the bucket that I put all the fish guts in, all the chicken bones and chicken blood and all of that gory stuff in. So I'm going to show you what that's turned out to be. So if you come over here, and we'll have a look at the insides of this bucket now. I know Woody from Woody from UK Homestead wanted to have a look at this. I remember him mentioning it at the time. So here, this is what the inside of my magic bucket looks like. Let's break that apart. Oh, look at that, it's just full of worms. Big fat juicy worms everywhere. And where's that, and that chicken and all those bones, it's all completely disappeared. That's all gone. Wow. So that's turned out quite nice. It's just full of all these worms, absolutely beautiful. So that's going to be a really rich, nutritious fertilizer, and I'm going to just mix that into this compost mix. See, there's another bone that I burnt down. That's just purely calcium now. So if people have heard of biochar, yeah, try biochar made out of bones. It'll give you a completely new dynamic. So I'll just mix this in. And this is what's going to be used to fill up my gourd containers, and this is what I'm going to use at the base of my pumpkins and all my gourds. This is what I'm going to feed that with. So I'll just keep filling that up, and what I'll do shortly is I'll show you how I fill up one of my gourd containers. So just follow me and I'll show you how I do that. So this is one of my gourd buckets. It's one of the old style dustbins. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to set it up similar to the way I set up the blueberry pot. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just fill it with bits of rotting wood. So there's a bit of nice chunky fat wood that's rotting down. And some wood chips. These are quite old wood chips. They're quite aged, but they're still not broken down at all. And these are some more fresh wood chips. Now what that's going to do is that's going to compost down, it's going to break down, and this is really for drainage more than anything else, and it's going to hold on to water. Because as we water this, those wood chips are going to soak up all that water and they'll release it like a wicking bed back to the compost. But that's the whole concept of Huglekutur. So this is like a Huglekutur bed, but in a pot. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take, we're going to make them almost like hotbeds as well. So I'll show you the next thing that I'm going to do now. So, and yeah. So in this bag I have some manure. And you can see that in the video where I went and got all the manure. And now I'm just going to fill that up with a nice nutritious layer of manure. It's quite broken down. It's quite well broken down. That's quite nice. But that will still compost down further. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer of weeds. If I had grass clippings, I would have used grass clippings. These are some weeds and stalks from dandelions, and this is going to be quite high in nitrogen. And the way this is going to work is it's going to work like a hotbed, and as this breaks down, it's going to generate heat. And because gourds are quite a heat-loving plant, it's going to need a lot of heat for it to grow quite well. So we can't rely on our weather here. So what I'm going to do with this is now, as this breaks down, the compost pile is going to continuously heat the roots of the gourd plant. So the next layer that I'm going to add is I'm going to add some more manure to this. And now I'm going to add, well, I've just put some manure on top, but now I'm going to add some more, the compost mix that I just showed you, with all the goodies in from my chicken run, with the wood ash and the bone ash in. Wood ash contains a lot of potassium, bone ash contains a lot of calcium. This will be really good for gourds. So I'm going to put all that in here. I'll just give that a little mix. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to settle. I'll leave that to settle for a few days. Keep an eye on what the weather's doing over the next week or so. And hopefully at the start, probably the last week of May, first week of June, we'll get ready to start planting our bottle gourds outside. By that time this will have dropped probably about half a foot. And when it drops, I'm going to add some more compost, some more manure to the top, and keep fueling that heat. And that'll be really good for when we plant out. See, I'm getting heckled by the birds now. And that'll be really good for us when we plant out our gourds in June. So as usual, I've completely forgotten about this. But Kelly from my UK Homestead sent me some not global artichokes, Jerouselam artichokes. And they've been sat on my bookshelf since she sent them me, and my wife just reminded me now that I've got these and I need to plant them, so I better plant them now. They're still here, they've still got sprouts on them, so I'll quickly get them planted today. So sorry for completely forgetting about them. So I'm going to line the bottom of my tub with some wood chips, and then I'm going to just get some homemade compost. It's the same compost that I'm using for my planting my gourds. In they go, like a couple of potatoes, and there we go, voila. Some mulch over the top. I think that should be alright. I hope it should be alright. I hope it's going to be alright anyway. I've got some purple peas as well in my pocket, that I'll show you them. So some purple peas that Kelly sent me as well. I'll get those planted as well next to my other peas. Let's go and get them in the ground.